Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Kogan. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. So welcome everyone. And I think what we should do to open the show, all right, is wow, thank you. See, Dark Ethan already with the early super chat, and this is one of the big changes, all right? To open the show, I should explain to you the big changes to this down here, okay? So allow me to explain here. Let's talk about my new stream goals, now called the King's Coffers goal every stream. And I want to explain to you the changes and why this is taking place. But before I do, I need to give you a little bit of background, okay? So I've been a live streamer, for a while, but I didn't have an interactive stream with shout outs and talking to the audience until 2017. When that started, I was very green. I didn't really understand how to do it. I was taking in, like, no exaggeration, I was taking in like 10-bit super chats on Twitch, and there were pop-ups all over the screen, and everything was confusing. We didn't know how to track stuff. Over on Twitch, they wouldn't even let you reference bits as currency. If you did that, they said you violated their terms of service, and they would kick you out of the partner program. It's probably some weird tax thing for them, some way they classify it as a product or something. I don't know. But anyway, over the years, things have shifted, things have changed, all right? And the way that my streams work is that I always have some goals in mind to hit. And if I hit them, I usually do some kind of a celebration, whether it's putting on gunner glasses or a hat you pick or a color of a vest that you choose through a poll, or I play an animation and we all go crazy or whatever it is, right? Sometimes there's been bigger goals. For example, I used to do membership goals where if we hit a certain amount of members in a month, I would do like a special marathon and stuff like that. So my goals have varied a lot over the years, and there's good reason for that. For example, I always kind of emphasize tips over other ways to contribute, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Firstly, when you tip me via PayPal, I get those funds immediately. So I can immediately use that to buy something, like buy a new game, pay a bill, go grocery shopping, order some food for my day off, or whatever it may be. Do a mega pull in WWE Champions, right? So that's why I've kind of always emphasized tips, because that gives me liquidity of stuff I can do right now, all right? But in addition, there's other reasons too. As you know, every time that you contribute to any live streamer or content creator, there's payment processing fees, and certain people keep certain amount. The middlemen keep money no matter what, right? And ultimately, tipping has been kind of the best way to contribute to me for various reasons over the years, okay? So I've always emphasized tips foremost, but I would still shout out super chats and memberships and all the other ways that you can contribute, because I appreciate that, but I always had the goal based on tips, all right? Primarily, the real reason that started was because, 4 years ago, I went through a bankruptcy, and at that point, I had absolutely nothing. I had no credit, no liquidity at all. Only what I made on a day's stream was literally the money I had to spend, period. I had no savings, nothing, right? So, yeah, it was a very rough time. And so tips being the emphasis definitely was what I needed to do. But here's the thing. Things are changing. This last month and a half, I've seen a distinct increase in viewership, engagement, and support. In fact, I just found this out last night because I wanted to get statistics, because I'm about to get paid by YouTube for the month. Guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a huge announcement for me. In the month of August, for the first time in many, many years, I reached 1 million views. That has not happened in a very long time. For me to hit 1 million views is very hard to do, because I don't get cross promotion. I don't get notoriety. I don't go into the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I hit 1 million views. Now, it was across my channels. Like this channel, DSP Gaming, had around 900,000 views. And then because I did the Rich React with the Kino Casino guys, that boosted my React channel. And between all the channels that I have, I got over 1 million views in August. So that's obviously an amazing thing for something like me, for a small-time guy, okay? So I'm proud of that. I worked my butt off, and it paid off, okay? So with all this going on, with the extra support and engagement and all of that, basically right now, I'm going to have some flexibility. And what I mean by that is, for the first time in a very long time, I'm not going to have to worry about, oh no, if I have a slower day on tips, I can't do stuff. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to have that problem anymore. At least as long as the level of engagement and support stays around where it was, I don't think I'm going to have these issues anymore. And in fact, as I've been talking to you guys about, what I want to do long term is better my life. You know, I have to get things for the house that we've not had for years, a broken dishwasher, you know, new washer dryer, that kind of stuff. But I would like to long term take another day off. I only get 1 day off a week, and I don't get to spend with my wife for more than half that day. I'm doing errands, I'm going around, we're doing appointments and stuff. It's been really rough. And if these things, you know, keep up the way they are, things might actually significantly improve for us. So thank you so much if you've been a part of this amazing resurgence of me getting more notoriety, more attention, more support. All of that has been absolutely amazing. All right. And if anything, I'll say this. It basically, I got this boost originally working with Kino Casino, right? But they've been on vacation for almost a month, but I'm still doing good. I mean, I'm not doing as good as when I was doing stuff with them constantly. Of course, there's no constant crossover between the audiences, but I'm doing pretty darn good for myself with the stuff I'm working on. And I have some updates on that today as well that we'll talk about after this segment. But yeah, things are going pretty good. And now if I keep reaching out and doing collabs and things, I think that things are just going to get better and better. All right. So thank you for that. As a result of me doing so well in the last month, the fact that I'm about to get a large payment from YouTube, the fact that I'm now getting more flexibility financially, I'm going to adjust my goals on streams to make more sense to you, the viewer, and to count everyone's contributions. Because up to now, this goal has always just been tips, tips, tips. And it really confused people. Let me tell you, when people were coming over, new viewers from Kino Casino, or actually seeing me in the YouTube algorithm and saying, oh, I want to contribute to Phil's goal. And then they do a nice super chat and I'd thank them and then I wouldn't update the total. And they'd be like, what happened? I contributed. It didn't help you hit the goal. And I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. I'm only counting tips. And they'd be like, what? And I now, you know, I get it. Like, that's confusing. That's everything should be counted. Correct? I think that's the case. Everything should be counted. So, starting today, the goals have completely changed from the ground up. Allow me to explain the new system here on my streams, okay? And by the way, I have some shout outs to do. Why not do the shout outs now? And then you're going to see what I mean. I received a $20 super chat from Dark Ethan, who says, hi, Phil, nice t-shirt you have. Thank you, Dark Ethan. Again, sample of the upcoming product line that will be available. Lots of designs are coming, and I'll let you know when we have more information on that. So Dark Ethan is our first super chatter and our top super chatter of the day. And that adds $20 to the King's coffers. That is correct. Moving forward, super chats now count towards our daily stream goals. Okay? And that's a huge change. Also, it's going to be top super chatter that will be on the leaderboard. It's not going to be me constantly changing for super chat, super chat. It's going to be top super chatter, just like we've done top tipper. That's going to be the new system. So whether you do a super chat or a tip, it counts towards the goal. Okay? And whether you do a top super chat or tip, if you're the top one of that category, you will hit the leaderboard. All right. So this is good for a couple of reasons. Okay, let me explain. And by the way, we have a tip. Hold on. Let me shout out this tip. The first tip of the day is $2. Let's see. It's a troll. So I can just ignore it. Okay. Basically, here's the deal. My trolls are so dumb. They don't understand the difference between e-begging or hyping up in a positive way contributions. Here's the difference, because some people don't get this at all. So I should break this down in this segment as well. Here's the difference, okay? Here's e-begging. You ready? Man, my bills are coming due, and I really need to have money for groceries this week. So if you could please contribute to my stream. Please send me a tip, by the way, because I need the money right away. So please do that right now and help me out. That's e-begging. Okay? You're directly asking for something to fulfill a direct need. You're begging for something to help right now. That's e-begging. You understand? Now, here's the difference. Hey everyone, all right. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you are, give it a like right now. Seriously, I'm not even joking. If you're here on the stream right now, we have over 300 viewers and climbing, 37 likes. Let's get that to 50 likes right now. Just click the like button because it's easy to do, it's free, it's quick, and it helps this channel a lot. By the way, let's get some contributions going. Let's get the king coffers filled. How about a top super chat to beat Dark Ethan's 20? And definitely we can get a top tipper in there because the tip right now is only $2. It's very easy to do. That's not e-begging. That's hyping your stream to get them excited for content and tell them they can support it. That's not saying, oh, woe is me. Please, please, please. It's different. And if you don't get that distinction, it's because you're a fucking nudnik moron who's jealous that people make money on the internet and you don't. Okay? It's that simple. If you don't understand the distinction between positive hype and negative reinforcement begging, you're a fucking mouth-drooling moron and I don't care about you. So your opinion is moot. I don't give a fuck about it. Okay? Cool. All right. So, all right, cool. So, there you go. And by the way, FYI, if I get insulting messages, if I get trolls coming in here being dicks, I don't have to count any of it at all. All right? I don't. So, you know, it's bullshit when these idiots say stuff like, oh, you know, fuck you, Phil, or, you know, I get a tip and it's something disgusting about my wife or something. He's like, dude, I'm not going to read this out. I'm not going to acknowledge you. And I don't have to acknowledge your contribution at all. If you want to be acknowledged on the stream, actually behave by the rules of the stream and don't be a gross, fucked up person. Okay? That's always within the realm of everyone's control when they're a content creator. No one here is obligated to read anything out for anyone. Tough shit if you think it is. There's no obligation. Okay? So please know that. All right? It's just, you get to the point where it's like, you know, people just think they can get away with anything because they threw you $1. No, that's not life. This guy literally insulted me with a $2 tip. So no, I'm not going to acknowledge you. I'm not going to read it out right now. We have no top tipper because I'm not going to acknowledge a $2 negative tip from a troll. Okay? Cool. Okay. I received a 20-pound super chat from Cabal, who says $20 Canadian is about $15 US. This tip is about $26. That's correct. And this is going to be the tricky part about it. I'm going to have to somehow, off the top of my head, learn different kinds of currency. Like what currencies are equivalent to US dollar, what's more and what's less. The British pound currently is valued more than the dollar. The Canadian dollar is valued a little bit less than the American dollar. So, for example, Dark Ethan did a $20 super chat, but it was Canadian. Cabal just did a 20-pound super chat, and that's pounds. That's worth more. So I'm going to have to recognize that and say, oh, Cabal is a bigger super chatter and get Cabal up on the leaderboard right now because that's technically the biggest contribution to the stream. You see? But here's the deal. I'm not going to be a fucking currency converter. I'm not going to be an accountant. I'm a streamer. I'm making entertaining content for you. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, hold on, everyone. Got to hold up the whole stream while we currency convert to see who's the top. No, we're not doing that. It's just going to be on the fly. And if it's wrong, it's wrong. You're just going to have to deal with it because people have asked for the super chat thing for years, so I'm doing it now. But understand, I'm not changing my whole format to be a fucking, you know, penny pinching idiot. I'm just going to fucking update the leaderboard, okay? So right now, you're right. Cabal doing that 20-pound super chat basically is bigger, right? So, and you know what the funny part is? There's no pound symbol on an American keyboard. I'm sure there's a way to do it somehow. I just don't know how, nor am I going to learn. So I'm just going to say 20 bucks. Okay. So people know, hey, more than 20 bucks. Like if someone does 21, they beat it. They beat them. Okay. It's that simple. It's just going to be guesstimating. Exactly. Guesstimating. It's not going to be me sitting around trying to do currency conversions on the fly. And any moron who sits in the chat and demands it is going to get banned just like that guy right there who just got fucked off and kicked in the ass. Because I'm not going to waste my time currency converting when I could be making entertaining content for you guys. Okay? Cool. Okay. So there you go. Now, what does this mean for everything? Well, here's the deal. Will we still have tiered rewards? Yes, in some cases. For example, today, if we hit $50 in contributions, yeah, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. Today, if we hit $100 in contributions, sure, we'll do a vote for a hat. But we don't always have to do it. If I'm in the midst of something hype, if we're in the midst of something exciting, and you know, we're not going to just come to a screeching halt to be doing these. It's going to be situational. Some days we'll be playing more chill games and it makes sense, and some days it won't. For example, If it's at night and I'm playing Street Fighter and I'm sweating profusely playing the game and we hit the $150 goal, no, I'm not going to say, hey, let's put on a heavy fucking vest so I can overheat and fucking pass out from heat exhaustion on my stream. And I'm not going to listen to any morons who demand it either. Because if you demand it and you're a whiny baby in the chat, where's the vest? Where's the vest? I'm going to say, where are you? Not in my chat, because you're banned and I'm not going to bother with you. Because now the streams are different. The streams are about hype, excitement, fun. It's not about, oh, I have to fundraise and I have to fucking hit a goal. We're not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of that shit. I'm really tired of these fucking people who are like demanding babies. They're just gonna kick your ass right out. I don't care anymore. Okay? I don't need you around. Toxic people. Okay? So, the tiered rewards are 50, 100, 150. And then when we hit 200, that's the official King's Coffers goal for every stream. And that's when we're going to do our big celebratory Make It Rain animation and all of that. And that's when it will add to the King's streak. Okay? That's how it will work. That's how we're going to start with the King's streak. Okay? So, you might say, well, I don't get it, Phil. Why is the King's Coffers now $200? It used to be $150. Well, here's why. The goal was to raise about $150 in tips in a day. And that was it. Now, the thing is, everyone else contributed. People were super chatting. People were doing memberships. People were tipping. None of the stuff except tips ever got counted. So every day that I hit 150, I literally was hitting over 200. I don't think there was a single day where I hit $150 in tips and it got nothing else. It never happened. Okay? The thing was, it wasn't getting counted. Now I want to count it. So if I were to say the King's Coffers goal is 150, right? And we're hitting it or whatever, but now basically I'm making less because I was hitting 150 before plus super chats, right? I'm going to add everything together and have a bigger goal because it makes sense. You don't say, oh, let's update the total so that I make less money every day now and I'm shooting myself in the foot. Why would I do that? I'd be a complete fucking idiot, right? It wouldn't make any sense. Okay, so, and there you go. Stubert says you even could have done 250 and it would have been fair. Yeah, but I'm not going to go crazy. It already was 150. We were hitting it. Let's make it 200, adding in everything together. This should be an easy win for everyone. Because here's the thing. There were people who were coming by and absolutely wanted to contribute, but they just didn't want to do PayPal, right? Now you can do the super chat. Or maybe you just don't like contributing through YouTube for whatever reason, but you want to do a PayPal tip. You could do that. The flexibility is there. And the thing is, as long as I'm getting the support, it won't matter. I should have the liquidity now that I don't absolutely need that many tips every single day. Do you see? As long as I'm making it every day, it doesn't matter. Right? So there you go. And I want to give everyone a shout out. I do. I don't want to have people not getting credit for contributions. I feel like that's messed up. You know? And by the way, again, because here you go, people in the chat, well, hold on a second. Pull out their calculators. If you're making $200 a stream, and you're doing that twice a day, and you did that 6 days a week, and then you multiply that by 52, you're going to be making $125,000, blah, 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 blah. It's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Okay? I don't get every contribution. I don't get every dollar of everything. YouTube takes a big cut of contributions. All right? PayPal has PayPal processing with tips and everything, and PayPal takes different cuts of each tip depending on where you're actually sending your tip from. They'll take more of it like an international tip than a domestic tip. It's weird how it works, okay? So here's the deal. Stop fucking micromanaging my money and every content creator's money. It's none of your fucking business. It's not your job to be counting like a fucking accountant. Here's how much I made. You're not right. You're always wrong. You're literally always wrong. There's also factors like chargebacks and things behind the scenes that you never know about because the creator won't mention it. I've always got chargebacks going on. And I'm always battling chargebacks. And sometimes I get that stuff and sometimes I don't. All right? So you don't know anything about what I make. You never will. You literally don't even know if the 2 tips that I'm about to shout out are real or not. Because I could have just made them up. So you'll never know how much I make and it's none of your business regardless. Mind your own business. Okay, let's shout out some tips. So the first real tip of the day. This is the same person. They tried to insult me again, and now they can really kiss my ass. What a dunce. Okay, the first real tip of the day is from someone saying, play games more, worry about money less. No one's worrying about money. I don't have to worry about money right now. I'm good. I'm telling you, I'm adjusting my goals in a positive fashion because this is what you have wanted. In the last month and a half, everyone said, could you just do this instead because your other goal doesn't make sense? Yeah. But the thing is, here's the thing, don't worry about money. Okay, so I won't ever shout anything out or nothing. Just send everything my way and I won't ever read your messages or nothing, right? Right? Because that's what you're saying. Don't worry about it, right? That's what you want? Because it's not what you want. If that were the case, I wouldn't even read your tip. So that's not what you want. You don't want me to not worry about it at all and just let it roll in and give no recognition. That's what a lot of big content creators do. The money just fucking rolls in and they don't even care. They just let it roll in. They don't give a shit, right? So you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. That's not what you want. That's very hypocritical what you just said, actually. What you want is you want it your way. You want all the recognition. You want all the positivity resulted in it, but you don't ever want me to talk about it. That's not possible. That's literally not possible. So grow up. No, really, grow up. Because what you just said makes no sense whatsoever. It's basically there's a bunch of troll tippers this morning. Okay? So when I get a real tip of someone who's not an asshole, I'll put it on the leaderboard. How about that? But we've literally got two people. One person's an outright troll who insulted me twice, and the other person is literally being hypocritical, saying, don't talk about money. Oh, by the way, here's money. Shout out my contribution. Right? So get the fuck out of here. Okay. We got a super chat from Bloomkit. $5. He says, is this a real tip? Is it just fantasy? Caught in the landslide? No escape from reality. Someone likes Queen. So thank you, Bloomkit. That does count. Everything counts now. That's $5. Now we're up to $45 in contributions today on the stream. Thanks to you guys and your super chats. Okay? Very nice. Very good. All right. So good stuff. And that's what we're doing. Now, if anyone has any questions or anything, like, for example, I'll answer this question. Why aren't you going to be doing memberships in here, right? Like, memberships are huge. Memberships help this channel a ton. You get a lot of benefits for being a member, including access to all of my emotes. You get to ignore the slow mode rules. You can talk as much as you want in the chat. And you get a cool crown to show how long you've been a supporter and all this stuff, right? So, why am I not going to be counting memberships? Well, there's a very good reason for this. Because, sadly, the YouTube membership game is something that's easily abused. And we talked about this much earlier this year, that my trolls and detractors found a way to use VPNs to look like they're from a country where these memberships are insanely cheap. And what they would do is they would say, oh, I'm from Argentina. And they would drop a 50 member bomb on the community where I would get paid like 20 cents for it. Okay. So essentially what happened is memberships became completely worthless because I had 3,000 to 4,000 of them on this channel and I was making $10 a month on it. So what was the point? So there's no reason to do member goals. There's no reason to track it because it doesn't have any value. You understand? It's too easily gameable. Now, here's the thing. YouTube's aware of this. Okay. But they don't care. They're worried about YouTube premium memberships that are being basically spoofed because YouTube premium costs like $18 a month and you get access to a ton of stuff when you're a YouTube premium member, including music and everything. And what these people are doing is they're using VPNs, they're mass buying YouTube premium, and then they're reselling them out at a discount on the black market. So people are getting YouTube premium for like $1 a month. And YouTube doesn't like that. They're losing a lot of profits on that. So they've decided to try to crack down on that first. I get the feeling eventually they'll get around to memberships, but they haven't yet. So the moment, literally the moment that I put a membership total or tally on this stream, the trolls will come in here and give 5,000 memberships, making every single person have one, which means no one can legitimately get one, and I lose tons of revenue. And I know because it happened this year. Earlier this year, you know, they did this in January, February, and no lie, I lost about $1,000 each month from revenue on memberships because they abused the system, okay? So, it is what it is. Sucks, but what can you do? I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't think they should. I think it should be the same cost across the board. There shouldn't be these fluctuating pricing models for memberships, but that's just how YouTube does it, all right? So memberships are great. They help this channel a ton. For those who are a member, thank you. For those who gift memberships, thank you. That stuff actually concretely helps this channel every single day, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm not going to talk about it a lot. I'll just say thank you when we get them, and I'll bring up, hey, we don't have any today. Like, for example, this morning, we have no memberships at all. Let's get some memberships. Let's get going. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? I know you want those emotes. I know you want that chat crown badge, right? And if, hey, you want to help out the community, someone go ahead And please consider gifting memberships to the okay? That would be cool. All right. Excuse me. So, let's get it going. By the way, Rick Perez had done a $2 super chat. Why not have a member number at least? I just explained that. So thank you, Rick, for the $2, but there's no point. It's a worthless number when people can just fake them. So no reason to track it. Okay. And because the other thing is I don't do events around it anymore. I used to actually do monthly like marathons and stuff, but now I just do them. I literally just do the events and I don't require any quota to be hit. I just do it for fun. So since those days are over, we don't need to do it anymore. Like I'm being asked, how many members do I have? I have no idea, and I don't care. I literally have no idea how many members I have on this channel right now. I have no clue, and I don't care. It doesn't, you know what I mean? It does, since we're not doing quotas on it. The value of monetary value doesn't mean anything. I don't know. I'm happy for all the members I have. Everyone who has a nice green name in chat. I hope you enjoy all your features every month. But I'm not going to sit here and focus on that. There's no point. Okay. All right. So currently right now, we've got about 400 viewers and 58 likes. Let's get that to 100 likes, everyone. That helps the channel a ton. It's free and easy to do. Just click that like button and get some engagement to help DSP Gaming. $52 in super chats right now, according to this. And it says here 47. So actually, there you go. There's going to be some days when actually the value is more than it says. It says actually I have $52 in super chats, but we only tracked 47. Here, I'll update that. Because I didn't, we didn't get any tips yet. Here we go. Perfect. YouTube, what YouTube does, YouTube has a running tally of super chat values, and it works for most times, but it doesn't always work. Like for the Argentinian ones, it doesn't work. It's fucked up. But it does try to convert European currencies and stuff. So that might help. I mean, as long as I can remember how much tips I have on a stream, I might be able to actually use that. All right. So there you go. Cool. All right. Well. No, that's not correct at all, Marco. Here's one of my trolls trying to be smart. Listen to this. Counting tips as gifts is a smart for avoiding taxes. Thank you for the idea. That is illegal, and no one should do that. I don't do that. What you're talking about is the method by which a YouTuber would say something that they never should say. They say something like, when a tip is sent, to mark it a certain way in PayPal, which you should not do. I do not tell you to do that, and I don't accept it like that. All of my tips are considered business income and business transactions, and I report all of that to the IRS, and I pay taxes on all of it, okay? What some YouTubers do is they do try to game the system, and they try to misreport it as like, oh, a friend or a family member sent me some money, and it's a gift, and I shouldn't have to pay taxes on it, and that's completely false. That's illegal, actually. And what will end up happening eventually is someday it's going to catch up with these people who've been doing it. I have literally never done that once. I've always, every piece of income that I get on these streams, I count as business income and I pay taxes on. But what's going to happen is these YouTubers who've been doing this year after year, right, telling their audience to do this in this manner, it's going to catch up with them. So there you go. Excuse me. Okay, so in a nutshell, all right, to go ahead and summarize again, we have a brand new system for tracking contributions on my streams called the King's Coffers. If we hit it, then the streak begins. And if we have consecutive streams where we hit it, that's when the King streak will continue. And we'll have a big celebration like we were doing previously if we happen to hit it. The King's Coffers goal is $200, and that includes all super chats and tips that are not troll tips. Because I'm not going to have people tipping dollar here, saying insulting, fucked up stuff. And I'm not going to count that towards it because you know what's going to happen. Those are the idiots who charge back. So I'm not counting bullshit, okay? And I have no obligation to read insulting messages or bullshit in county either at all, okay? It's my discretion. So, basically, every stream, your contributions will be counted, whether they're super chats or tips, and I'm going to be tracking top super chatter and top tipper every stream. So now everyone gets that kind of recognition, and everyone gets that kind of shout out, all right? And this is great because now everyone is happy because people were so upset when you were trying to help with the goals and stuff, and they do a big super chat and be like, oh, sorry, that's not a tip. It doesn't go on the leaderboard. What? and they'd be all freaking out. Well, there you go. That's how we're changing things, okay? So, thank you. We already got a great head start. We're just starting today. We got a great head start. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Let's get stuff going. For example, we have no tips right now. Let's get a tip in. You know, could be as small as $1. Who cares? As long as it's a positive tip, let's get one in here and get on the leaderboard and get some recognition, right? And let's get, you know, super chats and everything going. Okay? Cool.
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean, these dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.